Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Solomon Kilanga here. Let's continue doing this together. Today I want us to discuss marriage. Remember, this is a channel where we just have a light-hearted conversation about stuff going on in the society. Basically, let's just look at this thing in a light-hearted way. It might help you. It might help you to help a friend. So first off the bat, are you who's watching me, are you involved in a romantic relationship somewhere? A romantic relationship is that thing where you are either in or you have just gotten out, or you are so confused and contradicted that you don't know whether you are in or you are out. There's no evidence to support you are in. There's little evidence to support you are out. You are just in a frame of mind where you are not sure exactly where you are. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Allow me to categorize the way I'm terming these relationships. Number one, there is the normal one. That one, boy meets girl. A friendship is formed. After the friendship, some relationship starts forming. A lot of sweet nothings follow. While all this is going on, they involve a lot of the community. There are visits to the parents. Friends are involved. Basically, what are within your janja, they are bringing as many members of the community into this so that they can be helped to identify the red flags. Eventually, when all the red flags have been examined, the I's have been dotted, the T's have been crossed, and everything looks okay. They ride off into the sunsets to begin their new lives together, and we wish them well. Now there's a second category, and this one is surprisingly the one you wonder how people thought they even had a hope of remaining in that relationship. But surprisingly also, it constitutes the bigger percentage of the so-called marriages today. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy, a spark explodes. A whirlwind of romance, so epic it has never been seen this side of the Sahara, develops. For those of you who have watched the Titanic, even the love of the Titanic does not rival this love. This is in its own class. This is in its own stature. This one, there is nobody else but them in this world. Two human beings who had completely no clue about each other a few days ago, suddenly the world revolves only around the two of them. Declarations, deep declarations of undying love and commitment follow. I tell you, these cannot live without each other. It is like the world was a mistake until this other person happened along. And in this fashion and form, they create their own bubble and live within it. Lakini shetani ni nani? Soon Satan pops up. We really love blaming Satan for these things. It's as though hatukuwa na macho, hatukuwa tunaona. Tunasemaga shetani akakuja. So anyway, here comes Satan with his tridents, and with the tip of his trident he pokes a hole into this bubble, and the bubble erupts. And the hole he pokes into this bubble is usually three words. These three magic words in Kenya, they are the words that make grown-up men freeze in their tracks. They are the words that bring consternation, shock, fear, terror. And these three words are the ones destined to start this so-called marriage. These three words are simply this: I am pregnant niko na wote. Ni nini hauelewi? And in shock and consternation. Kwa Kiswahili tunasema vile amepigwa bumbwazi, amejawa na wasiwasi. Remember, at this point in time, the brother is so shocked. The only wish he has in this world is that the ground would open up and just swallow him. And so in a trembling, shaky voice, he answers with his own 3 words. Somewhere in his past, mtu alikuwa amemchocha, alikuwa amemwambia wewe ni ndume. And he brings that little courage up and he asks himself, what could be so hard about this situation? What could be so difficult about this situation? And he says, kuja tuishi pamoja. Come, we stay. 3 words that are destined to mess up his life. Only at this time he doesn't know it. And the couple wanajichocha sasa. What can be so difficult about this situation? Forget what other people say. Let's move in together. They have never heard of a guy called Murphy, or of a law which he came up with which states when anything can go wrong, it does. Now, for you who already find yourself in this situation, you know, the situation I have just described, and that is how your relationship is, or that's how your so-called marriage is, the only thing this clip can do for you is to help you take a step back, drop the scales from your eyes, if possible, visit an optician to get your eyes examined, to make sure that you can see red flags for what they are. You are not confusing them for white or pink. That's the only way I can help you in this clip. Because utakipata. Maybe when this is the second, third, fourth or fifth time you're in this kind of relationship, it's also time to ask yourself, is this love addiction stemming from your own irrational fear of being left alone? You have this morbid sense of dread that ukiachwa peke yako, things you just can't be left alone. Is it stemming from those things? Believe me, you're not the terrible person that you picture in your mind. You are not the worthless person that you picture yourself to be in your mind. Get out of these relationships and start building yourself. Start building your esteem and self-worth. So back to our couple. After the bubble bursts, cold, harsh reality comes flooding in. And the grim realization of all the responsibilities they must now handle is kicks in. Oh, and also remember, they had an affirmation to themselves. What could be so difficult about this? We got this. What is so difficult? They are about to find out. Life is just warming up for them. The challenges this couple will face are enormous. But I'll just delve into 3 that are basic needs for any human being. So the first challenge, housing. Kijana alisema kuja tuishi pamoja. Come we stay. Hakusema wapi. Ni kama alikuwa anaishi juu ya miti kama ndege. Haujui kama kijana alikuwa anaishi kwa kauchi ya rafiki yake. Wale wakupewa kiti pale kwa rafiki. Hujui kama kijana alikuwa anaishi bado nyumbani kwa mama yake na baba yake. Uko utaenda. Pengine nika kijana kamejikakamua, wanaishi ako na bedsitter. Hii bedsitter iko mtu wa nne. Wanaishi huko kama dormitory. huko utapelekwa. So challenges kwanza pale kwa housing. Let's leave it at that. Mtajipanga. Si mlijiingiza hii story, mtajipanga. Tumetoka hapo. Number 2. Chakula. Food. Another basic need of a human being. Unakumbuka wakati ulikuwa unapigwa date pale, ile kitu ngumu ungekubaliwa, ilikuwa tu pengine chipo na kamchele. Hangekubali ukule vitu ngumu bwana, huwezi vunja meno na mkona yeye. Lakini sasa hata githeri ya mahindi ngumu ikipatikana, mnasema haleluya, Mungu ni mwema. Chakula ni shida. Shida ya 3, nguo. Clothing, another human basic need. Kijana sasa ameanza kutembea na wasiwasi, akishika mshipi saa zote, akiomba mshipi isianguke, trouser isiteremke, watu wasione kile kilichobaki ndani. Boxer iliisha kitambo. Kama hauna za boxer sasa, utaniambia unatoa wapi za nguo za juu? Nguo sasa zinakuwa shida. Watu wangu ambao mko kwa hii situation, si mlienda shule, mlisomeshwa the 3 basic needs of a human being: food, clothing and shelter. Nafikiri uko lesson uko primary school. Na sasa chakula imekuwa shida, malazi mahali ya kuishi imekuwa shida, mavazi imekuwa shida, na bado mnang'eng'ana hapo. You are in a marriage. How long are you expecting to last? Hapa ndio mnagundua maana ya pesa. Hapa ndio mnaanza hata kuita pesa a 4-letter word, mnaanza kuikasirikia. Lakini let me just digress a little. Na nikwambia uzuri wa kuwa na pesa, uzuri wa kuwa ulijipanga kabla kujiingiza haya maneno. Maana pesa, aka short acronym for pesa. Pesa, PESA, represents the idea of positive energy and supportive actions towards other people. P for positive, E for energy, S for supportive, A for actions. Positive energy and supportive actions towards others. Kama hauna pesa, utawezana? Hebu nijibu hapo kwa comments wenye utazinunua bila hizo vitu. My brother, my sister, or my son, or my daughter, you had a semblance of life before this. Sasa umejibandika hii shida yote ya nini? Here is where you are about to find out. The frog you kissed never actually evolved into a prince. It is still a frog. Those sweet nothings, kiosha roho yako, kinaanza kuwa kichafua roho yako. Barafu wa moyo wangu unakuta imekuwa baridi, ni kama barafu ya pale Mojari. Lakini bado hamjanyoroshwa. Hiyo ni dunia tu ilikuwa inakufanyia warm up kidogo tu. In the meantime, history yote ilianza na niko na ball. Mtoto naye alikuwa anafanya warm up pale tumboni, akijitayarisha kuwasili rasmi. Na sasa muda umewadia. Ndio huyo, makofi. Pesa ya maternity mko nayo? Deni mtakopa, ama deni mshakopa, ama msamaria mwema amejitolea. Prenatal care mlienda kwa ndoto zenu. Kwa hiyo hata afya ya mtoto haijulikani, anaweza kuwa akuja akiwa anatumwa ugonjwa, tungezuiliwa wakati kulikuwa story ya prenatal. Maybe God is gracious, anakuja pia. Lakini prenatal haukuenda, si kusema akataanza chanjo. Uko na pesa, diaper, hiyo nayo ni ndoto. Diaper, hiyo ni ndoto. Tutisha twako tule tulikuwa sasa tumeisha kabisa, ndio huto. Uko umejikakamua sana, unapata kadaipa moja jioni. Hayo ni maisha. Chakula bado ni shida. Una bahati sana, mtoto bado ananyonya. Lakini baada ya miezi sita ama baada ya miezi kadhaa, wakati kataanza kutumia solids, utatoa wapi? Ndugu yangu, dada yangu, utatoa wapi? Na kujipanga haya maneno. Kusota, kila mtu anaweza sota. Na kama ulikuwa umehusisha watu, pengine hata watu wangekuwa na kusaidia. People may opt to help you at that time because they can see what you are going through. If and only if you had involved them. Lakini sasa, it was you two and nobody else. You disregarded any and all advice you ever offered by anybody. So now that you're in this problem, who do you turn to? Mamako alikwambia fikiria masomo, babako alikwambia kijana soma, yafanya kazi kwanza, jishikie kitu kidogo kwanza, anzisha kitu kako kwanza. Kijana, sasa uko hapa. Msichana, sasa uko hapa. Kijana, ungefunga zipu ungekufa. The so-called mapenzi evaporated a long time ago. Ilirukia dirisha kitambo. You remain only a source of regret, disappointment and irritation to each other. That love that could not be rivaled by the love witnessed aboard the Titanic was an illusion. Reality is here. The only binding cord between the two of you, ile kamba inawashikanisha pamoja, is only the shared shame. The shame that you ignored every red flag that people might have pointed out to you. The shame that you chose to go against any and all advice that was offered to you. The shame that you never involved family, friends, your place of worship, or any other person in this thing. You thought, you're too good. This you can handle. What could be so difficult? How? Life is showing you what is so difficult. Responsibility. It is at this point in time that a lot of gender-based violence will occur in this relationship. You are strained, you have no one and nowhere to turn to, you blame each other, you are irritable at each other, you literally hate each other. The man thinks you trapped me. The woman, her expectations are different. In this life, there's a great variance between expectation and reality. Most of you get into this thing with expectations that are not realistic. Had you taken the time to work out what it is you expect from each other in life, talk to others to guide and counsel you on expectations versus reality, maybe you may have stood a chance. But no. One day, this guy will walk out to buy milk, and that is the last time we are seeing him again, my sister. So my question is, are these unplanned relationships worth it? Ask yourself. When you don't even know what you want to do with yourself, haujajipanga wewe mwenyewe. When you don't know the person well, when you don't know their expectations of life, when you don't know their people, when you don't know their values, you met somebody somewhere and you are in love. What I've just described is likely how it will end. Figure out what you want from life. The world isn't ending tomorrow. But don't get yourself into these things. But if you so despise yourself that you're willing to rush into these relationships, it's a free world. Karibu sana. World is out there waiting for you. See you in the next video.